Check one, check two. Hello, SimFans. Be with you in just a moment. This is a sound check. Can you guys hear me? That's the question. Be with you in a minute, friends.
Hello, SimFans!
Happy Thursday night. Woohoo! So good to see you, my friends. Welcome to another live stream this Thursday night. Welcome back to the SimFanatic channel. SimFanatic with you, my friends and SimFans. Welcome back for a flight in a beautiful Fenix A320. I don't know what the hell I'm doing in this aircraft, friends, but we're gonna suffer together, I guarantee that. Yes, indeed, friends. All right. Well, hey, hello, Tommy Hughes. Tommy Hughes in the house. Welcome, Tommy. Good to see you. Kyle Summers. Kyle, how you doing, Kyle? Delt, how you doing, buddy? Old Golfer 67. Dot C. Vruden, the great. Good to see you back, Vruden. Good to see you. The Flight Simmer. How you doing, man? Trap House Gaming in the house. Good to see you as well. Starship. Dash Dubs in the house. Dash saying, let's light this candle. Oh, we're gonna light it, buddy. Oh yeah, we're gonna light it, friend. Oh yes. Silver Killer. Silla, how you doing, Silver Killer? Don C in the house, Don. Good to see you. Spicy Buffalo Gaming. Good to see you, Spicy. Oh my goodness, friends. I am ready to get this started. I am going to make an absolute fool of myself yet once again trying to fly this aircraft. Who told me to buy this, by the way? I think there's several of you that told me to buy this, and you know what? It was good advice, and I love this aircraft, but just when I thought it was safe to get back into the air, I go and buy this, and now I gotta almost reset again, friends. Guys gonna have to help me out tonight. I love the aircraft, I do, I love it, but boy, I think I'm still figuring it out though, between the between the MCDU and SimBrief and the EFB. I think I got it figured out, kind of. But you guys gonna have to help me tonight, right? You gonna do your part? I think you will. You guys always got my back, right? Friends, so good to see you. Sage, Texas in the house. Sage, hello as well. Good to see you, Sage. Thank you for joining. Harry W. Harry, buddy, Rojo. Oh my gosh, friends, look at all of you in here. I see new faces, I see regular faces, and it's good to see all of you, my friends. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Let's get this party started. As Dash Dub says, let's light this candle, friends. We will. Oh, yes. Indeed, we will. There you are, my friends. Look at all of you pretty maids in a row. We got Kyle, we got Vrun the Great, we've got Spicy Buffalo, we've got, I don't know who Roosty Park is, but Risty Park's in the house. Probably just another person out there. Ice Cube Fan for Life, Silver Killer, Short Round, Delf Gam. Oh my gosh, all the regulars right here. Look at all of you, my friends, my pals, my amigos. Friends, how's it going? Welcome back. SimFanatic with you once again. Thank you, SimFans, for joining, and welcome back to the SimFanatic channel. So great to see you, friends. Let's see how this night goes. I'm a little scared. Not completely scared, but I've done this 3 times. I've flown this 3 times. So you guys, I am just going to start by saying I'm going to completely... I said a naughty word there, but see, we want to keep this family friendly. I guarantee I'm going to mess something up tonight, so you guys keep me on the straight and narrow. Delt, Spicy Buffalo, the rest of you, you guys, don't be afraid to tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong, because I'm going to do a lot wrong. You guys know that, but that's kind of the fun, right? So we're going to jump on in. We're going to get this party started. We're going to light the candle, as Dash Dubs would say. Dash, are you still with us tonight, my friend? Marion Harris is in the house. Chip a sneeze. And notice Marion says, SimFanatic, my name is Chipper Sneeze, because I always forget, right? Pavati Chandra, hello, Pavati. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. It's so good to see you. Are you guys? It's Thursday night, right? We're almost to the weekend. We're almost there, friends. We're almost there. So good to see you. Flight Simmer, how you doing? Says SimFanatic, join voice chat and I'll help you. Yes, indeed. I appreciate it. But yeah, maybe I'll join in there, the Flight Simmer. Do appreciate you mentioning this as well. But as you guys know, I typically don't join Discord voice unless it's the whole multiplayer fly-in. But we'll see. I appreciate that, Flight Simmer. Nonetheless, man, I appreciate it. You might have to help me in chat, but maybe I'll jump over. Who knows? Never know with this stream, right? But friends, thanks for joining tonight. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful week. Do appreciate every last one of you to jump in. So let's jump in. Speaking of jumping in, let's jump in, all right? All right, let's jump in. Here we go. Ooh. There we go. I'll lose my battery. There we go. So first and foremost, friends, here we are in the, oops, you know what? And something I want to point out for many of you that already probably know this, but I'm going to point it out anyway. Notice the EFB right here. It says unable to connect. So for those of you that don't yet have the Fenix A320, and I love it. My God, guys. I mean, between the PMDG 737, 700, 600 soon to be released. I don't know about that one, but we'll take it. But with this A320, I saw one of you say, who said that in chat? They said they got the BAE 146 and love it. With all these aircraft, it's so great to see. But anyway, I digress. See the EFB here? It says unable to connect. Well, this is kind of an interesting thing, friends. You actually have to run, there's a Fenix A320 separate program that you actually install to a separate location. You have to be running that. Reason this is going is because I forgot to launch it. So I'm going to launch it now. And as soon as I launch that, it's going to come up, and you can change a few things. You can do your ACARs, you can do your SimBrief user ID, so you can get your SimBrief data in here. Your display quality, I have it, by the way, guys and gals. I have my quality set to quality. Not to be redundant, and I also have my render displays on CPU. How about you guys? Is that what you're running? I have a 3070 Ti. I have an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X. But one thing that wasn't on by default was the higher resolution cockpit textures. Oh my goodness. If you can, definitely check that box. Because by default, when I started it, I don't know about you guys, but it was not checked. And I would definitely say that's one to make sure to check. And so hopefully that will refresh here soon. So let's see if it goes. Waiting for it. And you notice until that launches and loads up, nothing actually works yet. And why isn't it? Well, of course this is going to happen, right? Unable to connect. Wouldn't you know it? It's worked every time except for now. Hold on. We'll give it a second. Come on. Come on. Come on. Why is it not? Oh my God. Every time, guys, there's something. There's always something that happens. Everything works until I launch this damn thing. And I launch the live stream, I go live, and now it's not connecting. Let's see. Let me try to start this again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to restart the flight here, I'm afraid. Let me try it again. Let's try launching it again. I had it launched, but nothing happened. So give me one more sec. Maybe 2, maybe 3 seconds. And this is the thing, it's all right, but I really, really wish that it wouldn't take a separate program. Here it goes. Now I think we're gonna be good. Okay, I launched it a second time now. Here we go. Yep, thank you, Flight Simmer. Just did, buddy, and I think we're going now. And that's one thing, actually, that was the first time, honestly, guys, that I've ever had a problem. Now look we've got the Jetway connecting, and just like the PMDG, you can set it to be cold and dark. We're running cold and dark tonight, just so I can make a fool of myself in front of all you. You know what? Actually, I've never had to start it before I launched the simulator, the Flight Simmer, but probably a sound advice to do that. It's always worked when I loaded it after. If I forget, I don't know about you guys, but I'll often forget to launch it until I get in here and I see the FB. But now it's good to go. But nonetheless, I think you're right, Flight Simmer. Launch it before you launch your flight simulator. But we're all good here, my friends. We're gonna wait, and I think I just hit this little thumbprint thing, and then we go in. So don't worry about having to have a code. Like the first time I installed this, I'm like, WTF, I don't have any code to get in here. All right, let's just try this little thumbprint thing, and it went right in. So to begin with, SimFans, I'm gonna call you SimFriends from now on. SimFans, because you are friends. So first of all, we're gonna go ahead and check out this aircraft because it is gorgeous. One thing I've also noticed with this aircraft is if I move around the cabin, and I'm going to use my Control 8 to go forward. Somebody's glove. Oh, all right. But you can open the door, and we'll go through. We'll do a complete cabin walkthrough in flight. One of the things that you will notice, and highlighted this during one of the news videos, is we've got the seatbelt sign on, and that actually works pending what you do within the cockpit, right? So pretty cool stuff. I like the fact that you can actually walk around in this aircraft. That reminds me a lot of the X-Plane version of, like, say, the Tolis A320 or A319. This actually is makes me think of that because, like, if you guys know with the PMDG, you can't just walk around like that. You have to enter your drone video or your drone cam. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But I noticed with this, I can just do my walkthrough like this. Starship, I keep getting crashing desktops and trying to load, so I probably won't be flying tonight. Oh my God, that sucks, man. Sorry, hopefully you can get in here, Starship. That definitely sucks, dude. Hopefully you can get back in here. Hippie J, hi, buddy. Good to see you all. Good to see you as well, Hippie J. Thanks for joining the stream tonight. Jeez, my gosh, guys. 18 likes already. Thank you, friends. Wow. And we haven't even, even got started yet, and you guys are already smashing that thumbs up button. You guys are the best. Thank you. But anyway, I definitely love this aircraft. Mark Hagenson, update your BIOS. Welcome to the stream, Mark. But again, beautiful aircraft. And one thing what do you guys think of the livery? I'm running the American livery, and it looks just a shade or two too gray for the American livery. And I think that has matters depending on the light source and that, but it looks a little too gray to me. Who's next to me? I bet that's Kyle. But anyway, I'm not going to complain though, because I'm happy I've got the American liveries, because as many of you know, with the PMDG 737-700 that we've been flying, I'm a big American Airlines fan, and there isn't an actual 737-700 American Airlines that's real. There might be somebody might have thrown a livery out there that is a kind of a fictional livery, if you will. Anywho, let's go in here. So we're gonna click that little icon there. That is the icon for Phoenix, and I'm honestly, guys, I gotta admit, I am surprised how good this is. Not for the fact of like that it's good. It's just like, how has this not been a bigger news item? Like when it was being developed, I know it was out there and there was ramblings and stuff about it, but I just didn't, like when you compare this to the PMDG and how much, I don't know, media was around the PMDG, and then this, I mean, there was some, but nothing like the PMDG, and to have this beautiful aircraft is amazing. Anyway, I do have SimBrief, so notice here it says tap to import from SimBrief. So if you just load SimBrief, or if you have a SimBrief account, you can enter your SimBrief ID. It's very easy. You go into the Sim settings, you enter it there, good to go. And then once you have that, you can just tap it. This one I haven't quite figured out yet. This must be from when you do SimBrief and when you have your departure time. So notice it has greater than 60 minutes, as you can see, 205 minutes. So it's negative 205, so that means 205 minutes till we take off. We're not waiting that long. You can actually adjust this. Many of you know this already, but if we click on this, let's say we want to reduce this by, I don't know, let's say 2.5 hours maybe. So 150 minutes, which give us 35. So let's go ahead and say, let's go backwards to maybe, I don't know, guys, what do you think? 2100. We can start with this and kind of see. Now we got 26 minutes. That's fine. But anyway, you can adjust that. I don't know if that's even necessary to even think with. Probably not. But here we have KDCA to Atlanta. By the way, we are taking off from the beautiful Drzewiecki scenery, by the way, friends. And so one of the things I will say about this scenery is it's beautiful. It came out a while ago. I think Drzewiecki has updated it a few times, but again, we're getting kind of used to some of the scenery in terms of there being, 3D modeling. Like this has 3D modeling here, as we can see, but everybody's like, yeah, they're stopped in time, right? They're not moving around. Like, as we saw with Vertical Sim last week, by the way, thanks again, Vertical Sim, for allowing us to highlight and showcase your great scenery for Omaha. But this, nonetheless, is also beautiful, but don't expect to see animated people walking around. But nonetheless, look at this, friends. I mean, we still have the 3D models, the people around, and we have gorgeous reflections, and the terminal area here is absolutely gorgeous. Again, this is DCA, and so we're at Washington, Reagan National, if you will, but I do really like the scenery. It really runs well, and so I do recommend it. Anyway, I want to just kind of preview that really quick, just show all of you. I can't remember how much this is. I do have it linked below. I think it's like around $18, $19. Pretty good scenery. Anyway, if we're back to the EFB, we can click on this and refresh. We can get our METAR data. So KDCA, we're right now at, runs at 340 at 10 knots, 10 statute miles of visibility. Clouds are at few at 7,000 feet and few at 11,000, scattered at 25. And we have 2311, so this is our temperature and dew point. And of course, our altimeter we're going to set to 2984. Now, guys, I think this might be a bug. I don't know. You guys tell me. But so if we get this started, let's go up here and hit bat 1. And then bat 2. And that'll get our power. And then we'll hit external power. And if we go down here, and you're going to start seeing all these displays, the MFDs come to life. John Deere Simulation says hello, hello. Welcome, John Deere Simulation. Welcome back to the stream. I know we've seen you before in here, I believe. Welcome back to the stream. It's been a while. The plane has not been started yet. Vruden, you know it's going to take a while. It would have been faster to go at his 172. See, Vruden's already starting. He knows I take forever to get going, friends. Drives him crazy, but it's all good, Vruden. But notice here, I've got QNH, but actually if you go in here, I'm not going to go to it, but if you go to sim settings, you can set it to pounds versus kilograms. And you can set, you know, from QNH to HG. Not a big deal. I just hit that. And then I hit it over here on the Copilot, and down here it's already set. If I hit B on my keyboard, that'll go ahead and set our altimeter to 2983. Now, how close is that? 2984, just 0.01 off. I did notice that before too, but that's close enough, as they say, for government work. It's close enough, friends. So anyway, it's nice to be able to see that. And you can do your arrival, and it'll retrieve your METAR information for Atlanta. That works, and our alternate. KBNA, which is our alternate. You can even view the TAF report if you want. So I think that's kind of a nice touch. Route, this will progress, so as you're flying, as we're flying, we can check that out. We can even do a view map, which is kind of cool because we can look at our map. I actually use Sim Toolkit Pro, which also has a map. It's pretty nice. But you know, it's the little things, right, friends? And if we go down to ground services, we will get back to this, and we got our GPU or our chocks and cones, so you can see the cones laying here. And notice that we have the now what happened here? Our jetway went backwards, but we have our door open, so people might fall out of there. But that's okay, because what we can do is toggle jetway, and we can hopefully get that to come back to us. Maybe the door just closed. There we go. Maybe. Hold on. See what it does. All right, maybe we have to toggle it again. That was kind of weird. Toggle it again. Let's see. There we go. Now it's going to come back. There we go. Now it's coming back, and should connect up here, and then we'll have our hopefully left door open. A lot of this stuff actually will go by automation, automagic. There goes our door. So our door is open, so we're good. Flight Simmer says the pushback may randomly stop. Okay, thanks, Flight Simmer. I'm going to rely on you, along with Delt and some of the others, to keep me on track here. Kyle, do you have this aircraft, Kyle? I think you do. Nothing like jumping into A320. Again, guys, I've only flown this aircraft 3 times. I would not say I am a professional by any stretch of the imagination. But we're gonna get through it together. I really like it. Obviously, it's a great aircraft. Anyway, so I'm going to my checklist. I've got an Airbus flyby. This is actually, I'm using the fly-by-wire checklist, which you can use just as well. Parking brake is set and check. Kyle says, I think I'm flying my Fenix right next to you. Awesome, friend. Actually, let's check. Go right next to us. That's Kyle right there, I bet. Awesome, Kyle. Very, very cool. Flaps, you can see is up. By the way, I'm going to turn on the Bravo webcam. Hopefully you can all see that. See that right there? Okay. Notice the LED lights aren't working right now. We'll see if yeah, it's all powered up. So again, those aren't working. That's such a pain in the ass, actually, I got to tell you. I mean, I have a workaround with the file. You can also launch it with the AC bridge, and a lot of times it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just we all live with the pain. Spoilers are up. Flaps are up. Thrust levers, again, we want to make sure those are in idle. There is a calibration in the FMC for your levers. So the first time I loaded this, for those of you that haven't had the aircraft or do get it, you actually, before your axis will work here for your flaps even, they won't work until you calibrate. You have to go into config, and you got to go to controls here. And you actually have to go through the calibration here, and you do this right arrow and left arrow to get to the flaps. When I first started this, I was like, WTF? Why in the hell why isn't my flaps axis working? You definitely have to do that the very first time you load this, or they won't work. Don C, I'm going to turn on my bio room cam. Oh God. Sometimes, friends, it's just better to not look at chat. John Deere Simulations, how much will this plane be? The plane's already out, John Deere Simulation, and actually, it's you can buy it now. I think it's around $61, $62, isn't it? Around $61, $62. I think it's $50 in pounds. And so I think it ends up like when I bought it, it was like $61 or $62 US. You can pick it up now today, my friend, and actually the link's below. But John Deere Simulation, I would definitely recommend it. Flight Simmer says BioRoom Cam. Thrust levers are at idle. Gear is down. Set and check. Wipers. Well, I'd like to actually try flying this aircraft in the rain, see if the wipers work. Do the wipers work, friends? Do the wipers work? Because on the PMDG 737, they don't work. I mean, they work, but it's not like when they go and you see rain hitting the windshield. They don't do a damn thing. So, okay, we already got our batteries on. We've got our external power on. Cockpit lights, we've got good. We're good there. We're not going to worry about that. APU test, we're not gonna dick with that. Cruise supply, we need to get the cruise supply, so that's this button here. So from off to on, cruise supply on. ADIRS, we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Nav logo, we're gonna set to 1. Doesn't matter, you can do 1 or 2. That's a backup system, so I usually just do 1. So we got our nav and logo on. No smoking, we got to turn that on. Hear that ding. So we're good there. Emergency exit lights right over here. So we're going to go to ARM. Turn that light off. You want these lights off, right? We're not going to do the engine fire test. I'm not going to even mess with it. You know, so one of the things is there's a lot of content providers out there that do a really thorough job. They go in very much depth, more than I will do here because we want to get up in the air. But do check some of those out. I've got some recommendations I'll maybe mention later on here. Flight directors 1 and 2, and these are actually usually on. I actually one time saw that they were off. I was like, well, that's weird. I haven't seen that before. Barometer, we already set CSTR. We want to turn that on. ARC in 10, we'll go ahead and set that to 10 there. So we're good to go. I think that is it. And then let's get into the MCDU. So we're going to jump into that. Now this is where you guys might laugh because I might mess stuff up here. So bear with me. I haven't quite figured out. The block fuel never turns out right for me. I had it work one time with the block fuel. Other times it just doesn't frickin' work. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong. But so we're going to drop down here. We're going to go to ATSU. And then once we go to ATSU, we're going to go to AOC. And we're going to go to flight initialization. Now, this is a little different than the fly-by-wire, friends. I would suspect that this is probably more like the actual aircraft in real life. There's a few different nuances that's kind of messed me up. Like, as many of you know that have been following the channel, it took me a while to get used to the A320. Now I got used to the A320 with the fly-by-wire, and there's just enough in here to mess with me that's different than that I'm still figuring out. Not a lot. It's not hard, but it's just different. But so we'll go to the AOC flight initialization. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit this MCDU 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 button, right 6 button to do this iNet data request. This is going to fill this in. Where is it pulling from? It's pulling it from SimBrief. Guys, SimBrief is a free utility. If you don't have it, get it. You know, it's absolutely awesome, and it'll help you so much, and with all your flight plans. So here you can see it filled this in. We don't have a flight number. It just says AAL. Actually, I've never tried this. I'm going to try putting 642. That's an old virtual airline number I always put in, so I'll put that in AAL 642. So once you have that set, we can go back to the AOC menu. You know, you can... I don't mess with this. You guys mess with this other than receive messages. And by the way, I'm going to go to my right MCDU, and I just like to have this open because they will actually... your ACARs and that will give you information. I haven't messed with the ACARs either, and maybe you guys have, but I'm going to go to receive messages over on the right there. Well, now why isn't this separated? That's weird. But anyway, let's go back to MCDU. We're going to go to ATSU. Probably end up right in the same place. Okay, so we'll go to iNet. Okay, so once we have that done, we should be good there. So we go to iNet. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to mess stuff up. But I'm going to go to init request. So if I click on that, now this is where this is a little different than those that have the fly-by-wire A320, because like I'm used to fly-by-wire. When I click that, it fills in all of this stuff. It doesn't on this aircraft. I actually have to go in and fill it either from the SimBrief output that's in a PDF format or the EFB, which isn't a big deal. But we're just going to go ahead and do AL642. And that isn't necessary to fill in. But the cost index is probably 5, but I'm going to go ahead nonetheless and check my SimBrief data. And so you can get that from your summary and fuel. It is 5, so I'm going to hit 5. Cost index. OFP saves your life. And then cruise altitude today, friends, is going to be at flight level 320. So we're going to go 320 slash. And our temperature will be minus 27 degrees Celsius. So we just type that in here. And I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me. Maybe I'm missing something, but I have to actually type that in. Now, I can go over here, go back to my flight. And remember, we have the KDCA, and we can get some information on here. If we go to ground services, mass and balance, this tab, we're going to get into this and filling this out, but some of this you can pick up and we will actually need for programming the MCDU. I'm just going to say, friends, I am not an expert at this. I've flown this 3 times, and I just have kind of like finagled my way through this, right? Between the EFB, the SimBrief data, and the MCDU. So, but it hasn't failed me yet, so we'll see. We'll see. Kyle says you can even import your OFP onto the iPad to make life a little easier. Awesome. Yes. And I did do that, Kyle. I did do that earlier here. So IRS initialization, you can see that we're all green on the 1, 2, and 3. If you remember up here, it's pulling in that data. Those are like backup systems and cross-check systems. The other thing you can do is go to data, and you can go to IRS monitor. If you go in there, you can want to make sure that these are all aligned, which they are. So we're good there. So anyway, we'll go back to initialization. So we got the cost index of 5, flight level 320, minus 27. So that looks good. KDCA to KATL. Let's go to the right. And again, now for those of you that use the fly-by-wire A320, I'm used to clicking on this MCDU write one button, and I click on it and fill it in the scratch pad, and I can click it again and it fills it in. Same with the block fuel. Nothing happening. Nothing's happening. Now, there's some stuff that you can do there to cross-check your ZFW as zero fuel weight, and zero fuel weight center of gravity is at ZFWCG. I am so used to that just automatically be filled in, as well as you can pull that stuff in with the PMDG. It's not happening, for me at least here. Old Copper 67, I have to pass out free drinks. Got to keep the passengers happy. Thanks, Old Gopher. Keep the passengers happy, man, because I take a while. Appreciate Old Gopher. But anyway, so what we're looking at is for these first 2 here. Now, that might be wrong. If that's wrong, you guys tell me. Again, I'm new to this. But you'll notice we have this information. It's like, well, what the hell? This isn't right. That's because I got to go over here and say load aircraft. So right now we're going to do that. We're going to hit load aircraft, and it says, do you want to do real time, 27 minutes, 9 minutes, or instant? For the sake of all of you, I'm going to do instant, especially for you, Vruden, because I know how antsy you get. So I'm going to say instant, and we're going to see that it kind of shimmies a little bit, the aircraft, and now we'll notice that the center of gravity is updated, and we can see the jetway pulling back, door closing, and we're good to go. So now we've got that loaded, and you notice these figures. So I've really kind of focused on these left 2, and I don't know if that's accurate or right, but I've gotten away with it so far and haven't died. So we're going to continue to do that. Again, I have a lot of studying to do. I haven't had time to do it on this, so I apologize, but we're going to get through it together, friends. And so there's that. By the way, panel states. This is kind of nice, because if you hit panel states, you can go cold and dark. You can, which I have set as default. Turn around with APU and turn around with PCA or ready. That's kind of comes in handy. I almost forgot to mention that. Anyway, so we got that all set. So now we can see this is 134.2. So we're going to go back over here to the MCDU and do 134.2 slash, and then we got to go back over here. And we see this 30.2 on that Max ZFW. Guys, is this correct? I don't even know. I'm going to do it. 30.2 because it's worked so far. I think this is right. 30.2. I got that right, I think. And then you click there, and now it is there. Now it says fuel planning. Now here's the thing that has worked only once for me, and I must be doing something wrong. I'm not sure what. Maybe I need to program my entire flight in here, but I think something's wrong because once I hit that, when you hit it once and it goes green, it'll eventually fill in. Sometimes it's done it for me, sometimes it hasn't. But what you really want to check is this. There it goes, 20.6. I don't think that's right. Because if I look at my SimBrief plan in, here, let me bring this up for you guys so you can see what I'm looking at really quick here. I think this will work. So if we look at, let me get to it. Everybody, okay, so there you can see it. Let me go ahead and hide the Bravo camera there. So if we're looking at this and we go to times and weights, notice down here we've got the block fuel is actually at 16.5. And as we can see, that's not even flipping close. And so something is off there. I did have it work one time okay for me, but for some reason, friends, that just isn't right. So anyway, I'm going to hide that for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just type that in. But one of the things that you want to make sure of is if I go down here and I click on fuel, notice it says 16,450. We'd be in trouble. If our block fuel showed 20.6, that'd be 20,600 pounds. That would not be correct. Flight Simmer says the Fenix uses your OFP on the fly pad. All right, thanks, bro. So obviously I have something not set here quite right. And so we've got fuel somewhere. Here's fuel. So here we got 16,455. So why is that off, the Flight Simmer? Because we got 6,455 here. Where is it pulling that at? Again, I appreciate you guys helping me out because I'm new to this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to type in 16.4. You really should see that this is less. Like this block, I'm going to type it in there, 16.4. That actually should be less than you have fuel on board. Otherwise, we are in trouble. Which aircraft type did you use for SimBrief? That could be it, actually, Kyle. I used the A320, and so now I did that, Kyle, through SimToolkit Pro. I just chose the A320. Maybe I need to go back through and add the aircraft again. Maybe that's my problem. One time it did work for me, so it's in the pilot resource again. Okay. Not gonna reset, resend load. Well, we'll continue on. I'll have to look into that, Flight Simmer. Thank you, guys. But anyway, we'll be fine. So we did 16.4. We have enough fuel, so we should be good. There's a custom Fenix one you need. Oh, that's it. Okay, thanks, Kyle. It's the CFM engines. All right, buddy. That's it. Kyle, thank you. That makes perfect sense now. The Neo. Dash Dubs, what kind of plane is it? It's an A320, buddy. That is absolutely gotta be okay. There we go. Kyle, thank you, buddy. I will check into that. That is it. Okay, so we're gonna do 16.4, so we should be good there. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So that takes care of that. Okay, we gotta set the altitude on the EFIS. What did we say we're flying? 320? Is that it? 320, I think. 320. So we're gonna go up here. This, I like this. This is actually, will go like supersonic, guys. So we're gonna hold on to the right, this knob, and it, boom, there it goes to 45,000, just like that, lickety split. So we're gonna go 320. Perfect. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, bud. So we got that set. We got altitude set. We got ZFW, fuel planning, block confirmed, fuel. Okay, so now we gotta go to our flight plan. We're almost there. Okay, Bruden, we're almost there, man. Old golfer, are the passengers getting restless back there? Are they getting restless? I appreciate all of you Sim fans for sticking around and dealing with this, but maybe some of you are like me, not that familiar with this aircraft quite yet, and want to see all the nuances and things. That's a great tip there from Kyle, that we have the wrong engines probably. That's why. That's great. That makes sense. Okay, so for our flight plan, we're gonna go KDCA. This is a great time for me to put it at the bottom. So do you guys all see that? That is our route right over here. So we're going KDCA. We're going to take off from runway 33. We're going to do the standard instrument departure of clutch 3. FLASK, that's going to be our transition to Aussie 1. That will be our standard arrival, or star, to Atlanta to 26 right. That'll be the ILS for runway 26 right. So that's what we're going to program now. So we're going to hit departure, and then we're going to hit this up arrow so we can get to 3-3, runway 3-3. We said clutch 3, so we type in clutch 3 and FLASK transition. Once you hit that, go to insert, and then we want to go down to here to Atlanta. So we're going to hit the left 6 MCDU button. We're going to go to arrival on the R1 MCDU button, and we are going to choose runway 26 right. So we're just going to hit this up arrow a couple times. There we have ILS 26 right. You can see now it plugs it up here in approach. And again, we are going to do transition of, what the hell did I say? Aussie, that's right, Aussie. So just hit that a couple times. There's Aussie 1. Did I say transition? I'm sorry, that's standard arrival, that's the star. And then we have FLASK, as you can see below, FLASK, and you see it plugs all this in. So you can see here, approach is ILS 26 right, star is Aussie 1, transition is FLASK, and then once you have all that set, it's in yellow, hit the insert button. Once you hit the insert button, it all fills in. Now, we're not quite done yet. As all of you know, we're going to then go through this and make sure we don't have any discos or discontinuities or manual waypoints. So we're going to just hit this up button. It's a little different than PMDG, right? PMDG, you have the next page and previous page. Not that big a deal once you get used to it. But I'm just going through here and I'm looking for any discos or any manual, and it looks... looks longer than it really should be, but there's Aussie, Harry, and there's Atlanta 26 right. Okay. Don't worry about the stuff in blue. I never worry about it anyway. Probably should. And then those discos, don't worry about that either. As long as you have your primary flight, friends, that's good enough. And one of the things you want to do is do a pre-flight on your MCDU on your primary flight display. So we're going to go to plan here, and then we're just going to click and scroll down here, and we're just going to do the up arrow as we kind of like virtually fly our route and make sure we don't have anything weird and funky going on. So we just want to make sure we're going to fly this route. There we can see our top of climb. And then there's our top of that little white arrow. That's top of descent. As you can see as we go through that. I do love the fact that the VNAV works absolutely flippin' fantastic with this aircraft, by the way, friends. It works amazingly. Just like the PMDG, it worked, and there's our Atlanta 26 right runway that we will fly. And then that's kind of like our alternate. So that's like the alternate. You know what? Honestly, if you want to do this right, you should be programming your alternate airport. You should be making sure you have enough fuel and all that. We're not going to dick with that tonight because we want to get up in the air, but that is all looking good, friends. So we're going to go ahead and call that good. Don't forget to go back to your ARC from your flight plan, and we will continue on. So at this point, we're going to start up our APU or auxiliary power units. We're going to go up here. We're going to click on master switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit start. We go back down here. We are going to see eventually our flight. Now, see, notice, why isn't this showing the APU? Because I have fuel selected. I take that off. It'll automatically switch this lower screen, and we'll see the flap open here, and it's going to start up. And by the way, I'm going to turn off this music because we want to hear the beautiful sound of this APU rocking it. Okay, so let's listen to that. I like the little strobe light here too that signals that, yeah, the APU is coming live. That's awesome. You gotta love it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the route information here as we hear this beauty fire up. And you think it's done, but it just keeps getting better. So we hear somebody fly by with the FA-18 in the background. And they've done a really, Fenix has done a really good job with the light what would you call that? Diffuse light? I don't know. But looks really good with the heat coming out of the APU there. And that little whistling sound from the APU, that turbine, just sounds beautiful, friends. I don't know if you can hear it, but hopefully you can hear it, but that is awesome. So we're gonna go back in here. Once you see all your doors and everything, you know that the APU is good. And if we go up here, you know your APU is good because down here where it says start, it'll go to avail or available. Now we can go ahead and hit APU bleed. I almost hit external power off. APU bleed first, so that'll switch us over, and then we can hit external power. Now we switched over to the APU. So now our aircraft is being completely powered by that little turbine engine on the back of our aircraft, giving us power. So that is done. Now that's set. Let's go ahead and we need to set our B speeds. Now this is important as well. So if you go to perf, and you'll see this. Now, for those of you that are used to the fly-by-wire A320, you're used to coming in here like me and clicking on the MCDU left 1 button, left 2 button, left 3 button, and you get in the scratch pad, you just fill them in. Nothing to happen in here. Nothing happened in here, right? So nothing's going on. What we got to do is we got to go over to our EFB to get this set up and ready, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We are going to go to our home button. Like for those of you that like iOS and you like the iPad, you'll be very comfortable with this. For us Android users, we can survive. We hit departure performance and we click that little shortcut here. Now, what we need to do is we need to change this runway to runway 33. We do have a dry surface. As you can see here, ICAO code is KDCA where we're at. And then I like to sync the live weather. So here we've got our live weather and then sync load sheet. And our load sheet actually should, if we look over here, let's go and see receive messages. And here's our load sheet. So the latest load sheet. So this is the information here where we have our ZFW and everything. We'll go ahead and accept that. And so now that we have that, sorry, I'm jumping around here, friends, but now that we have that loaded, so you go sync load sheet and you're like, I still don't see anything on the V1. Bruden's like 45 minutes. It's not 45 minutes. Oh, you're right, Bruden. It's been 45 minutes. All right, so here we have V1, VR, V2. So we go down here to calculate. We're almost there, Bruden. We're almost there. Dash jobs, bad news, the fog's getting thicker, and Leon's getting large. Dash, you always have the great airplane references, man. That's comic relief. Thank you for the comic relief, because all of you need it, because I'm taking so long. So once you do calculate, you'll get your V1, VR, and V2. So you do, friends, definitely need to rely. Unlike the fly-by-wire, you are going to have to flip back and forth between your electronic flight bag or your little iPad here and to your MCDU. So now we got 124, so we just remember 124, 146, 146. So we go here, 1, 2, 4, click. Jeez, it was 146, right? I'm already forgetting this. 146. 146. Click. 146. Click. Now, we're not done yet. This is a very short runway. So what I actually like about this aircraft is, like, if those of you that have your Bravo, and I can turn this back on, you have your Bravo throttle quadrant, and you want to do flex to temp for your takeoff, you can do that. And you can do that, obviously, in the other A320 with the fly-by-wire, but it's nice that it has it right here. But some of you might be like, this doesn't have anything, and I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, I'm just going to state that right now, but I think the runways at where we're at DCA are so short that you are just doing toga on a takeoff on these runways with these aircraft. So we don't see a flex to temp here, it's just empty. However, we have our flaps 1 down 0 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. So notice we have flaps. We want 1/DN 0.1, and you're like, is that really going to work? Yeah, it actually does. And you click that R3 button, and there it fills it in. Again, don't have to pay attention to this flex to temp. And now we got our takeoff performance. And I know I'm probably missing some stuff here, friends, but again, I haven't died yet. It's worked so far, so we're good. We should be good anyway, so there we go. I think we're pretty close, friends. Seatbelt signs we need to turn on. There's seatbelt signs. We got the seatbelt signs on. Windows door, cockpit door. We'll go to lock. I don't hear the big clunk, you know, like we have with the fly-by-wire, which I kind of actually got used to, so now I feel like it doesn't do anything. Go up and we need to turn our fuel pumps on. Again, we want to make sure that we don't have any of these lights showing. These generators are going to be fault until we get the engines going, right? Okay, so now we got the fuel pumps. Now we're going to go ahead and do pushback. So we're going to go ahead and turn on our beacon. Now if we look at out here, beacon should be flashing, and you can see it's flashing. We should be good to go. Transponder to auto, that is going to be right here. So we're going to hit auto. And then I kind of like this. I was kind of thrown off. Look at Druden. It's only been 37 minutes. Of course, that's 37 minutes since I turned the battery on. But notice it's at run, so we're going to reset this. We're going to go 2 clicks to the right to reset, and then we're going to do 1 click to the left, and now we're reset. So that run timer is going. Guys, I think we're ready for pushback finally. We can go ahead and set this to ignition, and let's go ahead and get this party started, friends. So we're going to go ahead and get our pushback going. So to do that, we're going to go to the EFB, unlike the PMDG. We're going to go back here to the Fenix. We are going to go to ground services. We're going to go ahead and turn off our chocks, so now we can see that the chocks are off. And then we're going to go ahead and disconnect the GPU. GPU should be disconnected. And at this point in time, we are going to go ahead and say connect tug. And we're going to see this tug. You can see the guy over here. He's going to connect here. And we're going to start our pushback finally. Finally. Oh, finally. I see you, Silver Killer. I see you. Who else do I see? Kyle's right next to us, I know. Probably people to our left. Oh, Delt's over there waiting. Come on, guys. Old golfer, McClyde. Don, look at she. Hey, Don, don't fall asleep on the runway tonight, hey? ISU fan for life over there. Good stuff. Bowery Scarab's in the house. All right, so we're ready for pushback. So, of course, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to turn off our parking brakes. We're going to turn that off. Click. And let's go ahead and start pushback, shall we? And here we go, friends. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start our engine. So we're going to go ahead and do the left engine. It's so easy to do the engines on this thing. By the way, this, unlike the PMDG, it's pushing back. It's not going to automatically stop. You have to stop it. Now, guys, I know there's been some issues, it sounds like, with toolbar pushback. I love that utility. There may have been an update, but it sounds like there might be some issues with toolbar pushback with performance and some weird kind of glitchy graphical things. So, you know, I've heard that some of you have used it just fine and others have had problems with it and removed it from community folder. I have removed it from the community folder. But as we get pushed back here, I'm going to actually go ahead and you can hear it starting. And we're going to go ahead and stop pushback. And he's not stopping. So that's the one thing I've noticed. Like sometimes you got to hit it a couple times. And there we go. Now we're stopping. Okay, so now we're stopped. Now we got to go ahead and turn on our parking brake. And he's going to pull back. There we go. Again, it might be a little choppy, but again, keep in mind, we have a lot of people in together tonight. I am running OBS. I am running payware scenery. I am running 3440 by 1440 resolution. Natively, by the way, I have debated changing that to 1080p. So some of you that are out there that are watching maybe not have a really strong internet connection, I might be switching that and doing a downscale so it makes it a little easier performance for all of you. I've got to test some things out to make sure it looks good, but anyway, that's something I'm working on. But now we've got the left engine set. So we are going live. Now, one of the things is like, okay, what is the generator on? And if we look up here, Gen 1 is not saying false. So that's good. That engine's good to go. And you do hear the transfer. Here, let's listen to this. Let's hit engine 2. So you can hear that switch over. And hear that engine 2 is going to light up. Don C, while this is loading up, says, my FPS seem better in VR since removing pushback. Okay, that's good to know, Don. Yeah, I've heard that definitely has had issues, or people have had issues with it. Sage, Texas, says, oh, it's a big, pretty white plane, red stripes, curtains in the windows, wheels. Just looks like a big Tylenol. I forgot about that line. Oh my god, that is hysterical. Oh, between Sage and Dash Dubs, they are just gonna rock the house tonight with the liners from Airplane. Good stuff. Looks like a big Tylenol. That guy's hysterical. I can't remember what that actor's name is, but he's funny as shit. All right, so you can hear it kind of rumbling and getting going here. So we should be about ready. Yep, Gen 2's going. Once that's lit, we can go ahead and do this to normal. And now we got the engines lit, so let's go back to our checklist, and we should be about ready, friends. normal APU bleed, that can come off as well as our APU. So we're gonna go ahead, APU bleed off. Master switch on the APU is off. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and do auto brake at max. So auto brake, we're gonna go over here and go max. Where I'm gonna go down here, set our armor spoilers. We're gonna go 1 on the flaps. I love the animation of the flaps on this one. I actually have to say it's absolutely amazing. Thank you, Flight Simmer. Will do, buddy. Thank you. So we got the flaps set. We got to get our nose wheel, our nose to taxi. So we're going to go up 1 on the nose to taxi, and then runway turnoff lights, of course, and that's a switch over here. So we get that going. And strobes to auto. So 1 up on that. So auto, and we are ready to taxi. Now I gotta make sure we get ourselves over to 3-3. And Old Golfer's already heading over there, I think. So let's make our way. Old Golfer, I'm gonna follow you. Hopefully you know where you're going, because not sure I do. So here we go, friends. Gonna give this some throttle. There's some of Kyle. This is Civicilla. I'm gonna go ahead and enable track IR. I love track IR. You guys know this. McLeod's back there. ISU fan for life's back there. Are you guys not taking off from runway 33? Because I believe that's where we're going. I'm following Old Golfer, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, runway 33 is back here. So guys, but that's fine if you guys are taking off from there. And Don, as has probably fallen asleep. I love that, Don, when you said, I didn't even know I was in the stream. I was passed out, and I woke up the next morning. I'm like, hey, I'm in the stream as we're all waiting for you. That was classic. Stone Buffalo over here. Stone, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, my friend. I probably already called you out because your gamer tag is different than your YouTube name, but nonetheless, buddy, it's good to see you. Look, we got a little aircraft up there that Old Golfer's kind of pushing with his nose there. But as we make our way over to, I believe, runway 33, or should be runway 33, and at MCDU, it's kind of looking like that is correct. And Stone Buffalo, what are you in, Stone Buffalo? You in the PC-6, or what looks like you're in one of the great aircraft here? I'm sorry, Harry. You know what? I forgot to update that. So the flight plan, I will put it, you're right. You're right. In the description, it did say that. I am sorry. You know, I forgot to update it. But nonetheless, get your ass over here so we can take off from 3-3. You're right. I knew I forgot something. I got it updated in Nightbot, and I got it updated within OBS here, but I forgot to update the description. I apologize, Harry. Sorry about that, man. Get over here. We will take off together from runway 33. Cheers, buddy. Cheers. You are absolutely right. Well, you know, and I updated it because I updated the weather in SimToolkit Pro and SimBrief early this afternoon before this flight, and it had updated and changed. So TBM 930 Rojo is in there. Okay, awesome, Rojo. Let's get some tunes going. I'm going to talk about copyright claims, mother fudger. So I've had a couple that, by the way, royalty-free doesn't always mean royalty-free, by the way. So if you have a channel or you're thinking about starting a stream and channel and they say, oh, we're going to give you royalty-free, just give us credit in your description. Bull crap. Bull crap. And you can dispute it, but I've had over the last 2 days 3 copyright claims, and I've given the music providers credit in those videos, and now I've got copyright claims on them. Not copyright strikes, thank God, but copyright claims, which means they take the money for all the content. They take the money, so it's almost like a bait and switch to me. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I'm done with some of them because it's just like, yeah, they say, oh, just give credit, you can use it for free, and fortunately, it hasn't been every one of them, but I'm just waiting for the whole damn, you know, I had one that I've been using a lot of their music for over the last year and a half that all of a sudden decided to do copyright claims. And I mean, on videos that are over a year old, and now they decided to do it. Complete bullshit. So I won't be using their music anymore, and really makes me mad. But unfortunately, it's not strikes, but nonetheless, they are claims, and it is what it is. But YouTube provides music as well at a royalty-free, or just pay for it. I think I'm just gonna pay for it or use YouTube's from now on, because yeah, I don't want to have to even bother with it. But anyway, it's a little disappointing, really, honestly. And it seems to be a common thing. Like, and I don't necessarily think it's maybe the music that providers that developed it. It might actually be some of the sites that provide the music as royalty-free. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna get down to. I'm gonna figure it out. Anyway, enough on that right now for now. But it did piss me off. It's like, really? These live streams we've had out there for over a year, and now they're doing claims, and I've given them credit, and they say it's royalty free. Just give us credit. Not cool, man. Not cool. All right, so we got old golfer taking off here. So good to see old golfer. You know, at least they're not. It's not a DMCA or a strike. At least I'm thankful for that. So I'm not going to go too hard on them, but at the same time, it seems a little shady to me, honestly. SA checks this possible pilot deviation. I have a number for you to copy when able. God, already? Oh my God. Aces Downs in the house. Oh, I knew you were going to mention copyright. You did, Aces, didn't you? You knew it was happening, buddy. Piss me off. You know, again, at least it's not. And YouTube's really cool about it, though, because they're like, this is not a strike. Don't panic. Because you can only have 3 strikes on YouTube, and then you're done. But there's a lot more involved with a copyright strike. It usually involves a formal letter, involves probably litigation, lawyers, all that kind of crap. So, again, there goes old golfer as he's taking off. It's good to see old golfer taking off here. 25 likes already. We haven't even taken off. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. There goes old golfer. And the other thing I like is I can actually move my mouse. I can like zoom in, and I can watch old golfer. Let's watch him take off here, friends. Let him go. Lobosoft, who's that? There goes old golfer. He's rotating and pulling gently away from the Earth's surface as he climbs into that wonderful blue skies wonder, right? Nice takeoff there, old golfer. All right, it's our turn, I guess. All right, let's get this figured out. All right, so we're gonna go sterile cockpit. So we're gonna go sterile cockpit. There we go. And next thing, we are going to check our checklist again. And so before takeoff, we got cabin crew notified. I don't hear the ding dong. See, there's nothing there. I clicked that, fly-by-wire does it. We got to get the wing light on. We got to get our landing lights on. Get our nose to take off. All right, all good there. Strobes will automatically turn on. I think we're going to be good. Nose will take off. TCAS, we want to get that set. So we're going to go down here, TCAS. TARS. And weather radar. I don't know. Does weather radar work on this thing? I've been in bad weather and I haven't seen it work yet. And we want our chrono. So we got to start our chrono. So we're gonna hit that button there. You can see this little green here, and we are ready to rock and roll, friends. So let's go. Here's ISU fan for life, getting ready to take off. Beautiful. On to runway 33. I'm not sure who that is, but they're right ahead. ISU fan for life taking off there. Good to see ya. Who's ahead of us, friends? Who goes Who goes sir? John Mark. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, he's off. Okay, here we go, friends. All right. Gonna go 40% in the throttle. Stabilize. Here we go. 30. 40%. Release parking brake. Here we go. It's right, hippie. Toga. Put forward pressure on the yoke. Downforce. Obviously, I'm not doing the Thrustmaster, actually TCS. for the Airbus, but nonetheless, we go V1. Go ahead and release that back pressure. Not a very long runway, as you can see. Rotate, and not much runway left, right? As we just clear those damn trees. Positive rate, gear going up. Beautiful. Kind of a zigzag here. All right, we're gonna go to climb, so we're gonna go 2 notches down. Lever to climb, and let's go ahead and hit autopilot. Autopilot engaged. There we go, friends. And beautiful Washington below. You can see all that traffic. By the way, I have an add-on for traffic. I do do a quick review of that. I think it's worth it. You know, it's one of those things where I think it was like 12, 15 bucks, and then you forget you even spent the money, but it adds to the immersion and realism. Hippie J says, amazing. Yes, Hippie J. It is amazing, my friend. Let's go ahead and take those spoilers out, the flaps. As you can see, they're pulling up. And seems a bit fast for those, but that's probably about right. I've flown in the A320, as many of you probably have. And we're airborne, friends. I do have to say the sounds are great. The flight model feels fantastic on this aircraft. It absolutely does. The reflections, as you can see, PBR material on the wing, on the aircraft looks amazing. I can't get over the fact that I really, actually, this has blown my expectations as an aircraft. It really has. I know it has with a lot of you. I was not expecting this Fenix one to be this great, honestly. You know, is it not Airfoil Labs? Who's the other one that's doing the A320? I can't remember right now. It'll come to me. And they do great products too. But I'll tell you what, friends, I don't know if I'll get the other A320 coming out. Guys, remind me in chat, who the hell's coming out with the A320? I talked about it doing a news video, and now I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember, but I'm so far so happy with this aircraft. I don't know, between the fly-by-wire and they're doing improvements. They're actually, guys, they're actually using the Fenix A320 to improve their own product. Again, for those of you that are tight on money and you're wondering, you know, should I? There's Dopey Scroll, Dopey. But you know, for those of you that are actually running tight on money and you're like, you know, $60 isn't cheap. I mean, you can buy the actual flight simulator program if you're not on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. You can get the whole damn flight simulator program for 60 bucks. And it's like, what should you spend the $60 on this aircraft versus just getting the A320 for free? If you're tight on money, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just stick with the A320 by fly-by-wire because it's actually pretty damn good too. It's not as good as this aircraft. It's not even, I won't say not even as close, because I think it's a great aircraft, and these guys, they're spending hours and hours and they're offering it for free. So kudos to them. It's kind of like the Zebo 737, right, for X-Plane. That's a great aircraft, and when you have these for free, you can't, you know, beggars can't be you know, they can't be choosers, right? But at the same time, it's like, well, if you got $60 and you can afford 60, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Buy it. If you're tight on money, or if you're like, you know what, well, I don't really have a good Boeing 737, I like the Boeing aircraft, should I spend the money on PMDG? That's where it gets really tough. Because, you know, the Fenix team has spent a lot of money and time on this aircraft as well as PMDG. You know they have. And so it's really difficult to say, well, don't buy this. But that was their choice to do the A320. You know, they know that the A320 is being offered for free by fly-by-wire. That was their choice, right? So they know it. You know, they know that people have an option. They have a choice. So, you know, to each their own, as I often say, right? To each their own. But I would say if you're tight on money and you're like, well, I like the Boeing, I like the Airbus, the fly-by-wire is free, I don't have a lot of money, spend the money on the PMDG, because there is no good option for the 737. There's not. Bar none, done, no good option. So if you're tight on money, I would continue to use a fly-by-wire A320 and buy the PMDG. Now, I've only flown this aircraft 3 times, so my opinion might change as I fly this more and more. I do love this aircraft, and I absolutely, don't get me wrong, I absolutely do think it's worth the $60, for sure. But again, if you're tight on money, I would go with the PMDG. If you want a Boeing. If you don't care about Boeing and you just care about Airbus, and you're trying to decide, should you pay the $60? If you have the $60, definitely buy it. No question, buy it, do it. All right, so let's get some tunes going now that we're up in the air. And I see old golfer up there, and at this point, I am going to go ahead and turn off because this is not a multiplayer night. We'll turn those back on, especially after we land, but I'm going to go ahead and turn. They still haven't done this where, oh, Jesus. There's somebody off there. That's cool, I'm going to get a shot of that, though. It just takes away from the immersion when we have the gamer tags, although I love having the gamer tags on because all of you, right? And we'll turn them back on later on here. I guess I could turn off the route information. Good grief. Don't need that on anymore, do we? But again, great aircraft. I am very impressed with it. See, here's the other thing you get that I'm going to tell you guys is worth the $60 by itself. The frickin' vertical navigation system with the top of descent and the top of climb. PMDG. Fly-by-wire does have that in their experimental, and they even, I think, have it in their development edition of their aircraft now, but it doesn't work as good as this. So, to me, not just the realism and the flight model and everything, but I think the VNav stuff and the systems and the EFB and stuff like that, although there's an EFB with the fly-by-wire, as many of you know, I think that's worth $60 right there. I mean, in the end, are you going to miss $60? Maybe. Think how much frickin' gas is now. That's not even a full tank of gas anymore. So I would say it's worth this every penny of it. Every penny. Every penny. I mean, again, I'm going to shut up about the cost and stuff, but like for those of you that have $60, buy it. Don't even think twice. Aircraft is definitely worth buying. Period. Just buy it. Yeah, even though the fly-by-wire is free, buy this. If you have 60, buy it. If you're an Airbus fan, you already have it. Max says, that was dopey. Hey, Max, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining. Glad to see you. We are in for a good one tonight, I think. We always have a good one, I think. We always are in for a good one. Yeah, Aces, you knew I was going to talk about the copyright. Pisses me off! Don't tell content providers that you're doing this stuff royalty-free. Let them have their videos out, and they continue to use it. It is a total bait-and-switch tactic. I am, like, thoroughly convinced now. It's like, oh, sure, they'll say it, and they won't do any copyright claims. So you get more and more of your videos out there, and you use their music more and more. And then, once you have a bunch of them where you feel safe, and you feel like you're fine, then they start doing the copyright claims on your videos. And they start taking the money from them. They're not getting much money from this, especially for the videos that are over a year old. But nonetheless, it still pisses me off. It's like that seems very, very. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right to me, and it isn't right. It isn't right. And I'm done with them. I make a note of who does that. I put it in. I've got a folder. It's like, nope. They. I mean, I can't say completely everything bad about them because it allowed me to have the music in the background as we were getting this going. I was getting the channel going, but that seems really low to me to then say, okay, we're gonna not say anything and let you continue to use our music, and then once you start growing, now we're gonna start hitting you with copyright claims. That's so borderline immoral to me, but whatever. As we climb up to flight level 320, friends, we're passing 20. For those of you out there, 23 up. Actually, I forgot to hit standard pressure, so let's go ahead and do that. We're passing 23,600 feet. What I do like is when I hit the standard pressure knob, it does it for all of them, as you can see here. I actually didn't do it for this one. I didn't do it for this one. Okay, never mind. I lied. I think it's when I go back to from standard to regular. It does it for all of them then. Kyle says gas per gallon in LA is almost federal minimum wage. That is so horrible. Like one gallon of gas. Just crazy. I honestly don't know how people are making it. I honestly don't. I mean, like, my commute is literally 2 miles every day to where I work. 2 miles. Maybe a shade over. But, you know, you've got people like Kyle in LA and Texas and, I mean, all over the U.S. where they're, you know, well, even here in Iowa, I've got people I work with that drive 45 minutes each way every day. So they're driving an hour and a half every day. They live in Des Moines. They're driving like 45 minutes every day. And the amount of gas that they burn just to go into the office. I don't know how people are making it work. I don't. You know, it's just, it's insane. Yeah, Flight Simmer, my God, it's just terrible. 1 million house is a cardboard box. I mean, just, yeah, it's just crazy. You hope that it would settle down, and I mean, I know there's a lot of shit in the world going on, and it could be worse, right? That's what I tell myself. It could be worse, but it's still, it's worse for a lot of people. Heart goes out to them. It really does. Kyle says our 45-minute drive is about 3 to 5 miles. God, that's the other thing too. I don't know how you deal with it, Kyle. I could not deal with traffic like that. To have to deal with, you know, people that commute and they're in like stop and go traffic, whether it's in LA, whether it's in, some of the worst driving is frickin' Texas. Oh my God. Like, how many of you have been on the interstate between like Houston, Dallas-Fort Worth, and San Antonio? I mean, it is insane. I could not deal with that kind of traffic every single day. Corpus Christi, I mean, I was just like, I paid for the tollway because I could like open it up and just go. But yeah, I mean, like people that have the stop and go traffic, I don't know how you deal with that every day. I assume it's just like anything, right? You get used to it, you get accustomed to it. But good grief. Sage Texas says, I just filled my truck the other day and it was, what? 1,020. We go through that in a little over a day. My God. Sage, okay, so you're driving a tractor trailer, right? Remind me, but that is insanity. Because diesel's even worse. Even though I know you get more miles per gallon with diesel, but spending over $1,000 to fill your tank. I mean, we have a 2006 Acura TL, and I think it holds like, can't remember if it's 14 gallons or 16 gallons of gas, but I mean, the fact that like it had a third of a tank, and I stop at Sam's Club. Like Sam's Club, by the way, it's like always cheaper than everyone else, like almost by 20 cents. But Sam's Club now is like, get ready to frickin' wait, because everybody goes to Sam's Club to get gas now. Probably the same as like Fleet Farm or Costco. Like everybody goes to these places now, so you better get ready to wait in line. And I remember I just picked up gas yesterday, and it had a third of a tank, and I'm like, well, hell, I'm at Sam's Club. We had to pick up some things, so I'm like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and fill up the car because we're at a third of tank. And effing prices of gas go up almost every other day. I'm like, I'm going to fill up while we're here. And it was $43 to fill my 16-gallon tank up, and you know, and it wasn't even on empty. And it's like, I remember it was just a few years ago, it was like $25 to fill it from empty. Like the light would be on and it'd be $25 a fill. Sage says yes, 18-wheeler, 7. Oh my God, dude. And of course, you know what, Sage, hats off to you, man, because you keep the products moving. But we're seeing it everywhere. Inflation's going crazy because obviously that gets passed on to the consumer. Although you truck drivers, you're gonna eat it too. I mean, truckers are eating it too. Like all of us are in pain. I mean, at least, you know, you could say at least we're not, you know, in other parts of the world that are suffering, but it's always relative. I mean, people are still suffering, right? I mean, it's just insanity. Never seen it this way. It's never been this way. Hippie J says $5.25 a gallon here in Ohio. Nice. I mean, see, like, you guys, you have it even worse. Like, here, I'm bitching about it, and it's like $4.70 a gallon. And you guys are probably thinking, $4.70? I'd take $4.70. Again, it's all relative, right? It's like, it's $4.69.9 here. And so you guys are probably like, well, what are you bitching about, SimFanatic? It's only $4.70. Everything's relative. Like, I'm bitching about $4.70. It could be like you, hippie, $5.25, or like you, Sage, $7 a gallon. And I'm sitting here and I'm bitching about it. But again, it's all relative. It all affects us. It affects us in every way. I mean, you gotta have gas. You gotta get to places. We can't all freaking ride bikes or have electric cars. And the infrastructure isn't even ready for electric cars anyway. We're not even going to get into that because that will get into the political aspect, and ASUS tries to keep me on the straight and narrow when it comes to talking about politics. I try to refrain, but yeah, I mean, the electric cars and stuff, that infrastructure isn't there. We don't have all these trucks and semis and electric. $1.70 like before. No kidding, hippie J. No kidding, man. All right, let's see. What are we at right now, friends? We can probably turn off that Bravo cam. We're at 32,000. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn off. Geez, I forgot to turn off the landing lights. We get those turned off. Turn off the runway turn-off lights. The nose wheel light. Boy, I'm not doing well here. And the wing light is off. I think we're good now. There's our contrails. There's our beautiful Fenix A320. But you know what? We can come back here. We can come together tonight, and we can all just feel comfortable and just enjoy the night, right? Flying. Who the hell's in front of me? Who dat? Who goes that, sir? Who goes that? All right, come on, Dash Dubs. And was it old golfer? Who else was doing it? Somebody else was doing the old air. We need some comedy here. We need comic relief. Comic relief is key. We need some airplane references. It's like a Tylenol. That was awesome. Oh, that's Silverkilla. Silverkilla! That's you? That's you, Silverkilla? You sexy son of a gun. Get a little screenshot of you, Silverkilla. Oh, the other thing with the Fenix aircraft, though, a lot of liveries. You know, you think PMDG? I don't think PMDG has a lot yet. But there's actually, you can download. There's a lot of people out there providing additional liveries, which is great. Like, what was the one I found? Caribbean Air or something like that. I was like, no way. Is this going to be out there for the 7.3? And it was. But there's a lot of liveries that come with this Fenix aircraft, which is nice. A lot. Okay, so now we're at cruise altitude. Let's go down here and let's check and see. Okay, when are we going to? First of all, I'm going to hit go over here. I'm going to hit program, and we're going to type in where are we flying to again? KATL. And if we type that in there and we hit 2, you can see it's 377.3. Now that's straight line distance, I believe. What we know is here we have cruise at flight level 320. Now if we go over here. And just scroll a bit until we get to top of descent. Now we can see it's 2222. This is what I love, which you don't, it's damn accurate. It's really accurate, unlike the fly-by-wire. So if we go over here to our clock, we can see that it's 2140, so 2222. So we've got an hour and 42 minutes. Right? Did I do that right? Did I do the math? No, I didn't do the math right. Geez, where's my math? We got 42 minutes to our top of descent, and then we'll be hitting our top of descent. So 42 minutes, friends, until our top of descent. I think I freaked you guys out when I said an hour and 42 minutes. It's like, well, it's only 9:52, SimFanatic. Give us a break. Speaking of break, let's take a break. I need to refill my eggnog, Don't you guys go anywhere. If you haven't smashed that thumbs up button and did a like yet, please do. Would appreciate, my friends. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe and have the little animated GIF come up, and we'll call you out. But anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for joining tonight. Love you so much, and I appreciate all of your support. I really, really do. I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Go smash your thumbs. Exactly, Kyle. Be back in 3 minutes with your friends. Stick around. We're going to see how this bird performs on approach. And let me tell you, it performs very, very well. Be right back with your friends momentarily. you know, I just got to say, guys, that one of the things I really, really love when... oh, we turn this music down. One of the things I really love about our live streams and when we're doing the multiplayer fly-in is when I go on a break and I don't know what you guys are saying, because you know me, I completely trust all of you. You all are so fantastic, and I haven't, you know, I feel super fortunate in the fact that I never have really any problems. I mean, now, granted, that might change. I mean, we've had a few people that have dropped by, but I mean, for the most part, everybody is very respectful of everyone in the channel and within the stream, and I want to say thank you for that. Because we're here to help each other and we're here to have a good time. We really don't have a problem with anyone coming by and trying to cause a stir. And what I love is, like, I can totally trust all you guys, especially in Discord voice and that. I'll leave, and you guys just carry on a conversation. And I got to tell you guys that I will go back and I will listen to that many times with a big smile on my face, just like you guys just chilling out, talking, helping each other out. Whether it's with like, here, you need to do this, that, or give some recommendations, or just general chit chat. And actually, for me, that's it's really an enjoyable moment. And believe me, I thought about, like, maybe I should be in Discord voice more, and maybe some of you would agree with that. But I do really enjoy the flights, but actually just sitting back. And even when you guys don't think I'm listening, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I am. You never know. Just remember, SimFanatic may be listening, but it's all good, because I definitely enjoy listening to you guys. All right, friends. So here we are, back in the cockpit. Let's go back to the front. Anybody want to take? Anybody wonder what the hell's with SimFanatic's shirt? I think everybody here knows what this is, right? Everybody knows what this is. If not, that's fine. But I'm gonna guess that most everyone that is flying with us knows what this represents. If not, put it in chat and don't be afraid. And it's okay. We aren't gonna. Like I said, we're all here for the camaraderie, and we enjoy each other's company, and we are very respectful to one another, and that's what I love about this channel and these streams. Let's see, so 20. Oh, we're making up some time, friends. 22:21. We made up a minute. Take a look behind you. I'm at Mach 2, approaching fast. Oh my God, short round. Are you like right at our 6? I don't have the nameplates. I could turn them on, I suppose, but I don't see ya. Not yet, anyway. See, short round just wants me to turn on the... See, they got to get a keyboard shortcut for this. I hate the fact that I have to jump in here, because then it stops, it pauses me. There's short round coming. Oh, he's in a Concorde. That is an aircraft I have not gotten yet, friends. I don't know. I don't know if I will, to be honest. I don't know if I'll get the Concorde. I mean, believe me, I'm intrigued. Look at short round going by the Concorde. Oh, this is a treat. Oh, so you're saying you're faster than a short round? No doubt, my friend. No, look at this. Jesus. There he goes. Oh, shit. There he goes. Very cool, man. Thank you for that short round. Nice passover, my friend. Wow. I don't know. I mean, how many of you guys have the Concorde? Short round, obviously you have it. How many of you others have the Concorde? And what do you think? Short round, what do you think of the Concorde? I just don't know if I would fly it enough to make it worthwhile. I mean, I think it's extremely cool that we have it. I would rather have it than not have it. But I don't know if I'm that interested in picking that up, honestly. I mean, because I don't have the BA-146. Kyle, you know this. I don't have the Mad Dog 82. I don't have the MD 82. I don't know. I mean, I think I definitely need to pick up some of these other aircraft before I pick up the Concorde. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll pick that up at some point. But again, you guys know me. You're not going to hold your breath on that. But hey, at least, guys, I got this aircraft, right? The A320. I know several of you, including the flight simmer. Juju is not even here tonight. But I know many of you were hoping that I would pick this aircraft up because it is a good one. Tap House Gaming says, Senator John Kennedy from LA said just buy cocaine instead of run everywhere. Jesus. God. Oh my, I missed that Tap House Gaming. Nicely done. Oh boy. Yeah, Hippie J. Yep, let's enjoy our free flight. Indeed. Indeed. Sage, wait a minute. We both whistled the exact same way when Short Round flew over. Nice flyby. Sage, you're not you're not flying the Concorde, are you? Marion Harris says, I think I saw a UFO. Yeah, it might have been. Oh, jeez, there's Short Round again. He's doing another flyby. He's already circled the world. it's like going over us again. Harry W. make me wonder if he is saying all that in an attempt to get donations like what happened. Oh, God. No, Harry, I'm not. And, but by the way, that does bring up a good point. I do appreciate all your donos last week because that, honestly, that's why we're in the A320 right now. It definitely pushed me, Harry, and the rest of you to get this bird a little sooner than I actually was planning on. I'm at heart, I love the Boeing, and so I felt a little conflicted because I felt compelled. Obligated is kind of a strong word. I wouldn't say well, maybe. I guess I did feel obligated to get this because obviously you guys all donated, like, here, Symphonic, get the A320. So, but it's good. I'm not complaining. Thank you guys. Who would complain, right? You guys donate, and then I can buy this aircraft and have it added to the library, and then we can all enjoy it together on a live stream. Obviously, awesome stuff. So appreciate it, but at the same time, I was getting into that groove. You guys know this. I was getting into the groove of the PNDG. I started getting proficient with it, and I'm like, oh shit. Now I gotta go into the A320 in this Phoenix aircraft and start all over again. Right when I was getting, but you know what? It's all good because that's what we're here for. We're here to highlight scenery, whether it's from Vertical Sim, Flight Tampa. I want to say a big shout out. You guys get their scenery if you haven't already. You aren't going to be disappointed. These guys and companies are absolutely amazing. They support all of us. We obviously have a relatively small channel, and they treat us like we have 100,000 subscribers. So I definitely want to say a big shout out to Vertical Sim and Andrew there, and of course Flight Tampa. Both of them have been around for a while. Flight Tampa and them, just great products. So yeah, good stuff. But anyway, and then highlighting some of these aircraft in that, it's just a great thing. And there's more to come. We're going to be, and by the way, we're pretty close to 2,500. When we do 2,500 subs, we will be doing another hardware giveaway. We did a hardware giveaway at 1,000. I saw Tommy Hughes in here earlier. He was the first to win our hardware giveaway, and then he gave it up to another follower. Longtime follower, and which was very cool of Tommy. Now Tommy's got a new build. Tommy, I don't know if you're still here, but hopefully that's working out for you. So hopefully he'll be in joining us for some flights here pretty soon. Trap House Gaming says, shout out to yourself, man. Oh, thanks, Trap House, man. I appreciate that, buddy. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Trap House. Cleveland says, I think all of the money Saturday night scared the crap out of him. You guys are insane. They're just like one after another, and you guys, you know how to shut me up, but there's not a lot of ways to shut me up, but that was definitely one of them. Appreciate all those donations, guys, and you're too kind, too kind. Short Round says Mach 2 at 60,000 feet. Holy crap, 60,000 feet. Wow. Let's see, we are at 270 knots. We're going Mach 0.745. You know, I just realized something. I didn't change our distance. I usually flip this to 40 and this one over here to 80. Let's do that quick. There we go. And let's go ahead and go back on up to the top here where we're at. So there we go. So we're going to yield. The atomic tank. Oh, God. Are you serious, Kyle? Are you serious, dude? I'll tell you what, you know, between, you know what I can't believe is like how many crashy desktops some of us are still experiencing with the sim. That's terrible. That's terrible, dude. Guys, I want to ask you something, and you can put it in well, maybe I'll do a poll here. But do you guys ever have problems? I'm running it at 3440 by 1440 the streams, and one of the things that you know, YouTube always bitches about, it gives me a warning. It says, please check the video resolution. The current resolution is 3440 by 1440, which is not optimal. I get that, because not everybody has the bandwidth to watch these streams. And I appreciate that. So would you guys, and again, I've been doing some testing with downscaling, and I'm thinking about changing the format of the live streams in terms of, like, I will still do, because I have a screen that's displayed at 3440 by 1440, which actually gets kind of challenging, to be honest, while doing live streams. So I have been debating maybe downscaling it, doing 1080p, and you know, and then maybe doing like a border, and with like maybe some ticker information, and maybe something theme-wise for the live stream. And that I would definitely appreciate your feedback in chat and in Discord before I make that change. But do you guys think it would be better to stream in 1080p versus the 3440 by 1440 natively? Again, I want to be mindful of all of you out there. Like, not everybody has obviously a good connection like I have. Not everybody has high-speed internet, and so I want to ask you guys if you think we should drop the live streams down to 1080. Let's see. Trap House Gaming says 1920 by 1080 might suffice. Kyle says today we shot a national spot in 1080p. All right, thanks, guys. Let me know the rest of you. I am working with that. I've been doing some testing. I got to figure out kind of like a border and stuff, because we're obviously going to have to deal, because I don't want to crop it, because cropping just kind of sucks, because I'll see stuff and I know this is going to happen. I will be like pointing to a dial or a gauge, and you guys won't see it, but I'll see it because I'm at a different resolution. So what I'd like to do is fit my 3440 by 1440 into the frame. And Kyle, you definitely know what I'm talking about, and some of you that do a lot of video editing or maybe even live streaming know what I mean. But if I fit that to the frame, I'm gonna still have you have it now anyway, but we're gonna have black bars even in 1080 if I don't want to crop or miss some of that screen data. But I think what I'll do is do like a border on the top. Maybe on the top, I was thinking about this, like maybe we could have like the progress of the flight, like for example, tonight we're leaving DCA and we're flying to Atlanta, so maybe we could have like kind of because a lot of you are wondering like how far are you into the flight or where are you at in the flight, so we could have maybe the, you know, kind of the progress of the flight on the top border there. I can make that work. Maybe in the bottom, maybe we have a ticker or something for like those of you that have subscribed, donated, or whatever. In the bottom, but maybe do some things in the bottom, maybe a little logo and stuff, but I don't know. I'm really honestly looking to you guys to tell me what you would like to see. Kyle says today, let's see, yeah, exactly, we intentionally downsampled, and yes, you're right, those are good ideas as well to put over the borders. Okay, thanks Kyle. Kyle, I really look to you too for advice on that, because you do this professionally, and so I do appreciate that. ASUS says, when I use auto for quality, I often get bumped down to 360 or 720. I have a gig internet, so not sure what the issue is. YouTube throttling, maybe, I don't know, might be on my end, but it happens. Yeah, Okay, so guys, I think I might see if I have time to try it out tomorrow night and do some final testing. And maybe we'll stream on Saturday with 1080. But I am thinking about switching up the format here in terms of the video format. Sage says YouTube downgrades it anyway. If you aren't getting performance issues, what's the difference? I'd keep it the same. You know, the nice thing, Sage, about YouTube is that they actually do allow for 2K and 4K streaming, unlike Twitch. God, what's the Facebook one? But they actually allow for 2K and 4K streaming, which is actually pretty damn cool. But at the same time, not everybody has high bandwidth. And Sage, you're right, though. They could downgrade. You guys may have noticed that, like if connection quality starts deteriorating or whatever, it will downgrade. You're absolutely right. It'll go down to 720 like ASUS said, or even worse. How many of us have had it go to 360? You're like, what the fudge is this? I'm like seeing, it looks like I'm watching Minecraft. I swear I'm watching SimFanatic's channel and he's playing Msfs, but I think I'm watching Minecraft. You know? So yeah, exactly, guys. It will downgrade for sure if there's streaming quality issues. But in any case, yeah. So I might do some border stuff. I gotta work on some things. I'm thinking about some like new transitions and stuff that might be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably go the 1080 route because I want to make sure that it works for everybody. Again, not everybody has fiber, right? Not everybody has a gig up, and not that you would need even close to that. I think if you're, you know, 3440 by 1440, if you're at least running, if you have like a 13 megabit per second download, you should be fine. But even so, how many of us have had like kids or family members that are watching Netflix or watching Amazon Prime Video, and then we're trying to stream as well? So it all adds up, obviously. So we'll try out some different formats here. Aces Down says, LOL, it was 360 before I manually... No shit. What, this stream tonight was at that? Who else is at that? Like, if I go to my... I've got my secondary system here, and it's at 1440 by 60. I do 60 frames per second. I think that's a must. I can't imagine going to 30. So I do live stream at 60 frames per second, 3440 by 1440. Don C says, it pops up on my phone at 140. Wow. I'm always having to bump it up, and I'm not far under a gig. Wow, that's good to know. Because if it's happening to you guys, it's probably happening to others, right? Especially if you have high. Okay, so I think that pretty much settles it. I'm gonna look at dropping this down, downscaling to 1080, and that way it won't be as much of a drag. No pun, right? For all you guys. Asus says, "Yep, tonight's stream I set to 1080 and no issues, so I don't know." Okay. Asus, can you turn it up to 3440 by 1440? I'm kind of curious now. He's like, I'm watching in 1440. Can you guys bump it up to 1440? And if you do, what does it do? That's good to know. I'm glad I asked this question. Little survey here. Let's see, what are we doing on time, friends? 22, because my God, maybe like all this time, like people have had a bad experience with the streams. I haven't even been aware of it. Like people might be watching this, God forbid, if they're watching this at 360 or even worse yet, 144. Oh God. So yeah, I think you guys helped me with my decision. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and drop it down to 1080, downscale it. And hey, if any of you guys are graphic artists and you could come up with a cool border, submit it in Discord. I'll take a look at it. So basically look at a 1080, basically a 1920 by 1080 resolution, and do it like a border. Maybe it's the top and bottom or whatever. If you want to do some creative things, that might be a good little contest to have. People want to like get creative. I mean, I'm only so creative. I should ask my daughter to help me out that, but thank you guys. Alan says I changed it to 1440. It's a little too sharp for me, but 1440 is good here. And maybe that's the other thing. Don C, I just bumped to 1440 on phone, but it's gonna lag like crazy. Okay. Mine, oh man, Sage, mine was at 360 when I changed it, but I am on mobile. Hello, sir, from Toronto. Pearson working away. Frank Rose, welcome, Frank. Well, that's good to know. God, I'm glad I asked that. I wish I would have asked that. I mean, have you guys always been that? Have you always been that way? Because maybe we've been streaming at too high a resolution all this time, and I could have made it better for all this time. So I'm sorry, guys, but I will definitely do some. I'll do some testing Friday, tomorrow night, and Saturday, and I will plan on streaming in 1080 on Saturday, and hopefully that helps. Man, I really hope that, because like here, all along I thought maybe all you guys are at 1440. Okay, so Alan says, wait, that was 1080 was good, not 1440. So, Alan, 1440 isn't working for you? Okay, well that makes up my mind then, friends. I am definitely going to downgrade this stream to 1080, and we should have a lot better experience then. I appreciate you letting me know. Frank Rose says I do it with 4K with 4K TV. So how is it coming through for you, Frank? Okay, so Ace is down says not sure it's on your end. I manually switch it to better resolution. It stays working fine. So that's the thing, Aces. It's like, well, you know, that's just it, right? I mean, if like a lot of you are joining and it goes to 1080 anyway or less, well, then for those that are like even at a worse connection, I might as well be running at 1080 then anyway. Alan says it works, but it's a little too much. Okay. Hey, Frank Gross says great clear. You know, and that's kind of what I started with. I was like, well, you know, it's kind of nice because if I'm like zooming into some of the displays and stuff, I want it to be crisp and clear, but I'm only on my end. I'm seeing it from my end, and I've got my test computer over on my guy's studio computer, so I got another computer on the right that actually has a 1080 display, so I'm not like running it in 3440 by 1440, but I can select it as a resolution on it, of course. And yeah, that's good to know. So I think, guys, you guys helped me make up my mind. So I'll continue doing testing. I need to figure out some borders. We don't need to figure it out for Saturday stream, but I'll plan on streaming Saturday night at it actually, because of the resolution that I have, it'll actually be a different kind of funky resolution to get to the 1080 because I have a widescreen, but to get the black bars, I think it's like 2560 by 1080 or some I can't remember the ratio, but nonetheless it'll be a 1080. But you all are going to see a black bar at the top and bottom like you are anyway, so not a big deal. But thank you guys. I really, really do appreciate the feedback, and I can't believe it took me this long. What? We checked my sundial. It's only taken like a year and a half for me to ask that question. Well, not quite a year and a half. We're in June. We're not at July yet. Jeez. But I appreciate your comments, and you guys helped me make a decision on that. So, and you know what? What's the worst, right? If it doesn't look good, or you guys like Symphonic, that looks like shit, man. We can always change it back to what we've been doing, right? It's not that hard. But I actually did do an OBS. I did copy because, like, obviously when I went to 1080. All my windows, like the my base cam and the Bravo cam and all the stuff is all messed up because it's based on the 3440 by 1440, right? Real estate. So I did start adjusting all that and put it in the right places and stuff. So it'll be fine. It's not that big a deal. Yes, exactly, Alan. Good place to put your flight plan. And it could stay there, right? So it could be like at the bottom, maybe do the little progress thing like I mentioned at the top. I mean, the options are limitless, right? We can do all kinds of things with it, but we'll plan on that. But yes, Alan, flight plan could be on the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it could have like, and I could have like something like a marquee or some sort of like information that's rolling. Like one idea, also kind of tying into what you said, Alan. You could have like on the bottom, it could be like the flight plan, and then it could switch, and it could be like a marquee. Like it'd be flight plan, then it could switch to like, okay, this is the freeware software. This is the link. Here's the payware. You know, whatever. I mean, it could just keep rotating with information, right? Like a ticker. A ticker, I guess, is what the word is. Think about. Aces Down says, okay, be right back. The sky's the limit. Exactly. Exactly, Aces. We all know that ASUS just went to do a bio break. Sage Texas says, no, it doesn't matter what you stream. We'll just get what will come through. Your streaming lower doesn't help unless you are having problems. Better data and better data out. Yeah. Alan Clinton says, yes, sir. No, appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Enter destination data. Okay, so we got to get... Okay, so this is a good stopping point here. So we got to get our destination data. So we're going to go back over here. Yeah, okay, my flight plan. Let's go ahead and go back to the home button. And we'll go to arrival performance. Because we got to get our destination because we're almost at top of descent. So let's apply METAR 320 at 9 knots. So here's all our information. So we got to enter our destination data. So how do we do that? Well, we go over here. Top of descent is 1220. So yeah, we're 7 minutes away from that. So we better get that in there. Thank you, MCDU. So we're almost there, friends. So we're going to go to performance. We're going to go to next phase, just like the fly-by-wire. We're going to hit that a couple times, and we need our QNH. We're going to go over to our EFB and see what we have for QNH. And right now, it looks like it's at 2996 in Mercury. So we're going to go 29.96. Put that in QNH. Our temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. So we're going to hit 23 there. And our winds... 320 at 9 knots. So back over here to 320/9, and we'll plug it right in there. So that's all we got to do, and back to flight plan. Now we got to figure out, in terms of our approach, we are landing. Anybody remember what runway we're landing on? Anyone? Ferris, Bueller, anyone? 26 right. So let me see what ILS is on 26 right at Atlanta. And 26 right. Check that out here, friends. So our ILS intercept is going to be 2,700 feet. So what you want to make sure, and unlike the PMDG 737, is you have to click the down button, and I've forgotten this every time. See, it's amazing how fast you get accustomed to another aircraft, but we're going to program 2,700 feet here into, thank you, old golfer. We're going to program 2,700 feet in here for our ILS intercept, and but the thing is the aircraft won't automatically start descending, right, like the PMDG 737, and you know, of all the automation stuff that happens in the Airbus, that's the thing that just blows me away. It's like, okay, the Boeing 737, as long as you have a lower altitude set on your EFS or whatever, it will start automatically descending. The Airbus, you actually have to click this button to up, about 5 nautical miles or before, so your aircraft starts descending. Otherwise, they'll just keep flying at 32,000 feet. It blows me away because I'm like, of all the automation stuff that's happening in the Airbus, that's one thing where the Boeing just automatically does it. It just blows my mind. Anyway, I digress. So we have that set. We're coming up to Wilson. Wilson, we're getting pretty close to our top of descent at 2220, and they're just flipped. So we want to keep an eye on that, and I'm telling you guys right now, I have missed the top. That's this little white arrow here. I have missed this damn thing. Like I said, before tonight, I've only flown this aircraft 3 times. Three. That's it. And every time I've missed the top of descent. What I do want to say is it does recover pretty nicely, right? You throw in the spoilers and you increase your rate of descent and not gain a whole lot of airspeed because you're increasing the drag with the spoilers. That helps, and it does recover nicely, but every flipping time I've missed it. Let's see, Sage Texas says, oh well, maybe it wouldn't be dependent on YouTube to downscale then. I don't know. My 1080 of your stream looks great. Thanks, Sage. Appreciate it, buddy. I'm glad it looks good. And I mean, seriously, guys, if you guys are running at 1080 anyway, Why am I even rendering this at native 3440 by 1440? I mean, like right now, for example, if I look at OBS, no drop packets, so that's good. But I'm literally running 32 megabytes per second up. Seriously, guys, I'm uploading 32 megabytes per second for the stream, and so. God, you guys remember when back in the old days, it's like if we had like ADSL and it'd be like, or I won't even go to the analog modems, but like ADSL and you're like, oh wow, I got 3 megabytes per second download. I've got like 240K up. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Alan says your eggnog looks just like mine. Nice. Nice. 28 likes. Thank you guys so much. 28. My gosh, we're only 2 away from 30. You guys rock the house, my friends. Thank you so much for the likes, and thank you for joining again, supporting the stream. Appreciate you. So let's keep an eye on this. 2220, and we just got to watch this. So now we're getting pretty close. I'm going to drop this down. So like right when that white arrow gets within the 5, and we are about there, we're gonna hit this up arrow right there, and we're just about there. And not like you have to be exactly on this, but it's kind of fun. It's like a game. Okay, let me watch this little white arrow, and when it gets around the dash radio line, I'm gonna hit the up arrow. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. So I just hit it, and now we're gonna see the engine spool down. We're gonna see our starting to descend here, and here we go, friends. So here we go. We started our descent down to Atlanta. Jeez, I might have to go run and pour another beverage, another eggnog, if you will, Alan. Guess like, God, Symphonic. Have you had enough tonight? No. Answer is no. Simply no, guys. I mean, have I? Yes. Did anybody tell me what is this shirt representing? I don't think I saw it in chat. Did anybody tell me what is my shirt? Anybody want to say in chat what my shirt represents? Who's gonna be the first to say it in chat? I'm watching. I will do a clap. You know, I'll do this sign to whoever gets it. Like, what is this shirt? Like, I know, like, some people I'll be like at the store and they kind of see them look at my shirt and they have this puzzled look like, what is that? What does this guy's shirt mean? And it's just, it's so funny. But I know you got, yeah, Sage, you got it. Exactly, an airfoil. And so Sage is the first. Harry's got it. Another clap. Bernoulli's principle, exactly. And who the hell knows, right? Still, like, how does that work? It's like magic. It's like Bernoulli's principle. Sure, there's less pressure at the top, so it rises. It's that whole thing. I kind of think of it as like an aircraft is like a boat. Because if you think of air, you know, air is buoyant. But you just have to go really fast to push. Your aircraft is like, the thrust is like pushing the weight of how much air is going over your airfoil, pushing it down. So that's got to actually be a more, I mean, this is obvious, it's got to be more than gravity. So you have lift, or you're actually equal, so you have straight and level flight. It's just still an amazing thing. I think Bernoulli's principle is still one of those things that's like, if you start really sitting down and thinking about it, it's like, how does it really work, you know? And I always kind of go back to thinking about, you're pushing, the amount of air you're pushing down, that weight of that air mass is greater than the aircraft you're flying, which is absolutely amazing. When you look at like an aircraft, like even like this A320 we're flying, or a B737, or A380, I mean, the amount that those aircraft weigh, it's like, that's a hell of a lot of airflow that's pushing, your aircraft is pushing down with the airfoils to keep it in flight, right? It's just absolutely amazing. Marion says a wing. Yes, it is a wing. It's an airfoil. It's, yep, and it is a wing. Exactly. Well, you guys all got, I got to do another clap. Thank you guys for putting that in there. You guys got it. See, I know if I were to see, the thing is I know probably every single person in here, and if not, that's okay. Everybody knows what this means. Probably most of you know what this means. I know I'm safe to wear this in here. When I wear it out in public, I know there's a lot of people scratching their head and they're like looking at me like, what the hell is that? But I love the fact that you all know what it is. Like when you stick your hand out of the car window, yes, and it goes up and down, and yeah, exactly. It's magic, guys. It's just that it's magic. I know it's science, but it's a little bit magic, I think. It's easier for me to think about like a boat. I know ASUS, you like fishing and you have your boat. I mean, to me, it's like you've got this, hull that's displacing water. Water's flipping heavy, right? But at the same time, you're sitting stationary and you're still displacing all that mass and all that weight, which makes sense that you're staying afloat. And you factor in when you're flying, there's definitely a speed, because if you go too slow, what happens? You stall. So it's a matter of a time and distance thing with the amount of air mass that you're pushing down with your airfoil to keep you in the air. It's just I don't know. I am not a physicist, although I did like physics. I did take a college elective in physics. My brother is a rocket scientist. This is the stuff that I talk to my brother about. He's actually he got his master's in aerospace engineering, so he understands the stuff far more than I do at a scientific level, but it still blows my mind when I sit and think about it. Anyway, as we approach Atlanta, and so we kind of want to cross-check this, like water skis. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You got like these little water skis and floats and stuff. Of course, aircraft typically doesn't weigh all that much, but it's amazing, right? Of like how heavy water is. I mean, water's freaking heavy. We know this, right? Anyone carry a 5-gallon bucket full of water? You're like, it's freaking heavy. And a good thing too. That's why we can have water skis, as you say, Marianne, or we have the boats, ASUS, and we can go and fish and sit and relax and keep our fat asses afloat, if I can say that. Right? But I don't know, physics has always intrigued me. It's always intrigued me. All right, now let's see if I can keep my senses about me. So like when we come in, I remember to hit the approach mode, and this should be a pretty good approach. I mean, we're flying into Atlanta, I mean, there's no like funky like hairpin turns to go around to do a landing. I hate those, because it seems like and those are ones I think you probably want to add maybe an additional waypoint to your approach, for those, because it's just like it takes time for your aircraft to do the turn. You've got the horizontal component of lift, all that stuff that you learn when you're flying. But because it always seems like if you have more distance and you have that approach and you can stabilize your aircraft, the better your approach and landing is going to be. And so yeah, but this approach should be pretty good. I think. I've said that before though, and you guys seen how it's gone. All right, guys, I am going to go refill my eggnog. I will be right back. Don't you go nowhere. I'll be right back, and you guys can just enjoy the scenery out the left wing as I go grab a drink. I will be right back with you momentarily, friends, and we'll stick this landing. We'll see how it goes. All right, friends. I just saw your message, ASUS. Figures come back just in time for a bio. Of course. I feel like I'm getting too much light. Yeah, I gotta do some optimization, friends, and I will do that for Saturday. It'll be kind of interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to now, like Saturday night stream, to see what it's gonna look like. With I'll probably do some cheesy ass border from the top and bottom, or I'll just leave it the bars. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. All right, how are we doing on the descent profile? Now, the other thing I like about this aircraft is kind of like the PMDG, but you got this green dot, and that is basically representing, we'll go ahead and get us back to 2994, and see now if I hit B, notice everything switches. So but we're a little above the glide slope, but like you can see that like it's gonna get us right level there. That's another thing I love about this aircraft, is it really does a good job with the vertical navigation, if you will. And so we're gonna go 250, 250, so that's okay, because we're like, well, we're actually at 240 right now, or, yeah, so, but that's okay. Continue our descent, we're passing 11,500, and we are dropping down, friends, to 2,700 feet to do our approach, of course, right, for 26 right at Atlanta. Oh my goodness, look at that. Who goes we're gonna go ahead and get the Bravo camera going, so as we land we can do the reversers. By the way, the reversers work out fairly well too. There's a configuration in the Fenix. We were taking a look at that earlier within the live stream, and so you can definitely get you can tweak exactly, especially for those that have the Bravo, you can tweak your lines to be exactly in terms of your climb thrust, your flex to temp, and your toga, and all of the and everything else. You can get it to be exactly where. If you don't have, by the way, if you guys, for those of you that have the Bravo throttle quadrant, as you can see within the camera, I have the Airbus throttle pack, and now it's kind of pricey for what it is, because it's a bunch of plastic, but I think it's worth it. $70. I'm glad I bought it. Again, it's one of those things that once you pay for it, it's like, do you miss the money? you know, you have that. So I would definitely recommend that. But anyway, you can calibrate it so it matches exactly with your Bravo designation points on the throttle to match up with the aircraft. Another nice touch by Fenix. You know, it's those little things that actually adds to the capability of the aircraft with us as simmers with our different hardware, because like not everybody has a Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. Nor probably if you're a regular flyer to the Airbus, you should probably have the Thrustmaster flight controls and that. So somebody's around us. I swore I heard somebody right around us, friends. And I think at this point in time, we're under 10,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and turn on the gamer tags, but first I'm going to turn on the lights. Runway turn off lights on, landing lights on. Let's go ahead and turn off the takeoff and wing. So now if we go from the outside, we can see all of these coming on. There they come on. Beautiful. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on all of you. Turn on all of you. Let's not go there. Let's turn the traffic nameplates on, apply and save, and we will go back. And there are all of you, my friends. Del Gamble, Golfer. Who else we got? We got Valerie Scarab in the back there. We've got, again, Old Golfer, Del Gam, Short Round, Silva Kidda, ISP Fan for Life, and some of you that I can't even see. I think McClyde, there's Don. I'm not seeing, where the hell did Kyle go? I bet Kyle's behind one of these nameplates. But nonetheless, I see you guys right there. ASUS. No, don't turn us on, Sympathetic. No, I really didn't need to go there, did I, ASUS? But I did, and you knew I would. You knew I would, ASUS. You know me. I do that kind of thing, right? I say stuff that I shouldn't. And it won't be a first, and I can guarantee it will not be a last, my friend. All right, as we pull in, we're at right now at 8,001. Let's go ahead and cross-check this. So 8,000 when we cross Posey. The aircraft is just doing this vertical nav, just like we wish. Oh yeah, Alan, Kyle had a crash desktop. That's right. That so sucks. I know Kyle often likes to show us his piloting skills. It's kind of sucked too, because like he's had the crash desktop, and I know another time he's like he was fine, he was flying, but then I like lost my whatever the hell happened. I like lost all of you. I didn't see your gamer tags. Like the multiplayer stuff dropped off, and I didn't see him land, and just been kind of a shit show lately. But I think hopefully we'll get the rest of you that are in here. So Delt and Old Golfer and Harry and Don, the rest. ASUS, where the hell are you tonight? You should be flying in here with us. By the way, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, my friend. I'm glad you're here because you're doing your job at moderating, and it's great. But at the same time, I love it when you fly with us. ASUS says, laughing my ass off. That's not what I said. I didn't say turn us on. I said turn on us. My bad, ASUS. You're right. You did say don't turn on us. Oh, ASUS. Keep me true, buddy. Keep me true. Alan says it's a suspicious eggnog, and he says no. Oh my, guys. I must say, you guys ever wonder, like, why don't we do this more often? I often wonder that. I think my wife is like, I'm glad you only do it once or twice a week because, you know, it's a whole night thing, but she knows that I have my other family, which is all you guys and gals, and she's really cool about it too. I mean, she definitely supports it. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her support. But nonetheless, I mean, honestly, when I do this, I could think I could do this every night. You guys would get so tired of hearing me talk, though. That's the thing. I think all you guys could handle would be like one, probably twice a week is probably enough. Because if we did it much more than that, you guys would just like, you would be turning mute on the stream, I'm sure. All right, so here we go. Now our intersection, I think, is AJ, right? Old golfer, what's our intersection? Is it AJ? Yeah, AJ. At 2,700 feet. We need to start slowing down here soon, though. And we will. Again, the Airbus, it likes to fly itself, right? It likes to do its own thing. By the way, if you check out 29 likes, guys, thank you so much. Can we get one more like? One more of you out there that hasn't smashed that thumbs up button. One more like, we'll hit 30. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. But like I was saying, if, you know, as we come in here, we really need to kind of watch our speed. So 249, we're still good, and that's a deceleration to 212. But the Airbus, it's still like, here it is. It's slowing down. Just let it do its thing. It's not like the PMDG. It is going to slow down. There's Chipper C's ahead of us. 30 likes, friends. Thank you so much for the 30 likes. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. I appreciate that, friends. Cheers to you, SimFans. Thursday night. We're about upon the weekend. Can't wait for the weekend. Although my boy has another, and it's great. He's got another swim tournament. And it's like, oh my gosh, he just had, I mean, I don't know how the kid, I mean, he's, it's amazing. I mean, the stamina he has. Here we go, AJ. Let's go ahead and put a notch of flaps in to get this bird slowed down. We're gonna go ahead and do spoilers. Oh geez, I've never turned those down. Good God. We're gonna hit medium on auto brake as we approach 26 right. As many of you are already. All right, let's go ahead and go silent cockpit. See, I was talking, I almost missed this. God, that would have been bad. Let's go ahead and drop the landing gear. Landing gear down. That'll cause some drag. We'll watch for the animation here. And the landing gear. Looks gorgeous. All right, here we go, friends. Let's go ahead and go flaps 2. Those flaps come down. I didn't hit approach yet. Need to hit approach. Good gravy. Approach. There we go. And landing system. Boy, I'm so behind this aircraft. You know, I'm often amazed on like how much I talk and how distracting it is, and it really makes me realize, like in real life, let's go full flaps now. Full flaps. So 3. There we go. But what makes me amazed, friends, is the fact that it's like, wow. You know, no wonder they talk about making sure you're doing a sterile. I can't even see the flipping runway because of all the gamer tags. That's awesome. That is awesome. But the thing that always amazes me is the fact that it's like, okay, oh God, who's in front of me there? Is that you, Civikilla? You're kind of crabbing a little bit there. That's cool. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, Aces, you always talk about, like, Symphony, you know, turn off the music and stuff, sterile cockpit. But it's true because it's so easy to miss what's going on. 1,000. But we got a good approach here going, guys. All right, I'm going to shut up so we can, like, look at that. It's beautiful. All right, about time to turn off the autopilot. All right, we got our spoilers armed. Our landing lights are on. I don't think I turned on the seat belts. You guys are going, oh my God. No, we're good. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off autopilot. Let's throttle off.
100. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Floating a bit.
10. 5.
Bursers. As we go into whoever's in front of us. Bursers off. Who's in the green zebra? Beautiful. Well, we made it. We floated a bit. That wasn't the best landing ever, but again, it's my 4th landing with this plane, at least with the Fenix, and so I'm gonna take it. Let's go ahead and get our APU going here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on that master switch. I'm gonna follow you, ISU fan. I'm gonna follow ISU fan. So ISU fan, wherever you go, buddy. I'm following. We're following you. The rest of us SimFans, we're following Harry. Harry is going to bring us into the terminal. And I think I just went into Harry. All right. Well, there he goes. I keep losing him though. All right, let's go ahead and put up the flaps. One of the things I have noticed is when I turn on the nameplates, it does affect the performance. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but yeah, it definitely it affects the performance when I turn that on. Bowery Scarab is coming on in. But guys, we made it. Probably should turn off those landing lights, all right? I forgot to do that. Hold on, I'm gonna get my turn in here. And we'll go ahead and turn off the landing light and switch it to taxi light. Landing light's coming off. Turn off light's coming off. Wing light coming off. And then to taxi. Here we go. I mean, not too bad. This is the default airport for Atlanta. I know many of you have been wanting a better payware version. Shit. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back here because there's all kinds of gates here that I'm just gonna go ahead and come up to here, guys. Let's get the music playing. Get that music playing, friends. That's right. Short round. Looks like short round just landed. So we're gonna go ahead and come on into the gate here, friends. I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited for DLSS, especially for those of us that have the 3000 series NVIDIA cards, even some of you that have the 2000 series cards. But I am so looking forward to DLSS because, I mean, as great as Microsoft Flight Simulator performs, it's going to perform even better once we have that, friends. Okay, so we got go ahead and do the parking brake on. We'll go up here, APU. Let's go ahead and hit start. I should have done that earlier. But we made it, friends! Hey, we made it. We made it to the terminal. We're safe. We're alive. I didn't kill us. I probably didn't do everything perfectly. What is ever perfect, right? But nonetheless, there's McClyde. We got to the terminal. We have arrived, right, ASUS? And so we are here. We made it, my friends. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. I would not be able to do it without you, my friends. And so we are here. Let's go ahead and APU's ready. We're ready for it to say available. It's not ready yet, I guess. So this is a cool thing. As we look over here, now it's 100%. Now it should be available, and it is. So we'll go ahead and hit APU bleed. Now we can turn off these engines. Oh shit! Didn't mean to do that. Hold on. There we go. Engine 1 is off. Engine 2 is off. I like the animation of those switches too. I think that's kind of cool. And as those power down, we'll be good because we are on the APU. And so now what we need to do is go ahead and, well, we need external power. So we'll go over here. And we're going to go to home button. Go to Fenix. There goes the thing. Deboard. Let's go ahead and deboard as it prompts us. We'll go to ground services. And we've already got the GPU, chocks, everything going. So now we should be able to get our external power. There we go. Now we can go ahead and turn the APU bleed off and all that stuff. We got everything off, right? Beacon we can turn off now. I think we're good. We'll turn the seatbelt off. Friends, that is it. There's McClyde. I must say, I got to, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, for the first Fenix stream, right? I mean, did I do okay? I mean, I got us here. I'm sure I missed stuff, but nonetheless, we arrived at Atlanta. We are safe. You guys are deboarding now. You guys have, I mean, old golfer kept throwing the peanuts at the SimFans in the cabin, right? Keeping him entertained because I took so long to get going. But here we are, friends, in Atlanta. Blue skies. Look at the blue skies back there. Look at all the blue skies. No clouds in sight, my friends. So I do definitely want to thank every single one of you. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, please do so. We're at 31. Again, thank you guys. That is awesome. We're at 31. Appreciate it. And thank you to all my regulars. Ace is down. Appreciate you being here as a moderator, my friend. Thank you so much. Kyle was in here earlier as a moderator. It's good to see you guys and all of my regulars. Old Golfer 67, Harry W. Do appreciate y'all joining Delp Gam 88. Of course, Sage Texas, Alan Cleveland, Marion Harris, thanks for joining as well. And yeah, I mean, there's so many of you. Like pretty soon, guys, I'm not going to be able to go do the outro with all the names because but that's a good thing, right? But nonetheless, Alan Cleveland, thank you for joining. And let's see, who else we got? Sage Texas, great. Thank you for joining, Sage. A lot of chat from Sage. It's good to see you, Sage, in here. Frank Rose came in earlier. I'm sure he's loading aircraft friends, as he always does, right? He jumps out of his Toronto Air Canada duties just to join our streams, and we appreciate it. Thank you, Frank. Don C. Don, man, thanks for joining, and it was good to see you flying tonight, even though, I don't know. Maybe you ran into some problems, I can't remember. But Don, good to see you as well. Trap House Gaming. Trap House, one thing I want to mention, if you're still in here, when I see your name in chat, I always think Tap House. There is a restaurant right near me that's called Tap House, and I love it because it's got great craft beer. So every time I see Trap House, I think Tap House. Trap House, thanks for joining tonight. It's good to see you as well. Alan, I know I mentioned you, but Alan, thank you so much for joining once again. Appreciate you being here as well. Short round. Did some flying in here. Short round. It's good to see you cross us with that Concorde. Very cool, my friend. That was a cool pass by. Hippie J was in here earlier. Hippie J, thank you so much. Rojo came in early. It was good to see Rojo as well. Flight Simmer, I don't know if Flight Simmer's still here. It was good to see Flight Simmer join us. Tommy Hughes, Tommy, thank you for joining. Appreciate you joining as well, Tommy. So good to see you guys. Max Herzeg. Max joined us, and I think Max had joined us once before, but Max, thank you for joining us. Good to see you as well. GXGX, I missed that. GXGX says, Honeycomb working 100% with A320? Question mark, are you using SPAD next? I missed that. Sorry about that, GXGX. I'm sure you're gone by now, but appreciate you joining. That was a newcomer. Said hi. Totally missed that. Dash Dubs, I know he joined earlier. I'm sure he's gone. Vruden, I don't even know, guys. Did Vruden even stick around? Vruden the Great. Always bitching about how long I take to get going. It's just great. It's kind of become a theme. And so appreciate you, Bruden. Again, Kyle. I think Kyle had left. Spicy Buffalo Gaming. I didn't even see Spicy after the start. I don't know what happened to Spicy. John Deere Simulation. Good to see John Deere in here as well. Starship. Another one. Starship. Maybe I think Starship was with us for a while, but I didn't see Starship coming in for a landing. Maybe you guys did. Mark Hagenson. I had a client getting crashed desktops, tried everything, and updating BIOS totally fixed the issues. So yeah, I remember seeing he posted some stuff. Did you update your BIOS? Thank you for joining. Old Golfer, I think I mentioned you, Old Golfer, 67, of course, right? Here, Pavati Chandra. Didn't see anything until except for the beginning. Appreciate you nonetheless for joining, and anyone else I might have missed. Silvakilla, you knew I wasn't gonna forget you, my friend. Javier, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining, Javier, Silvakilla. Appreciate all of you, and anyone else I might have missed. Thank you all for joining the live stream, and we'll be back hopefully for Saturday night. Again, my son has a swim meet. I don't think that's gonna impede on our live stream for Saturday night, so I do plan on doing that. I do plan on downscaling to the 1080, so we'll see how that works out. What time is it? 11:07. I might have time for a little debrief once I get my eyeballs taken out and stuff, so if anybody wants to do a debrief, I will check in Discord and see if any of you are in voice. If not, that's fine, but if I see a few of you there, I just might join. No promises, Aces, but I might join. No promises, Old Golfer. No promises, Delcam. No promises, Don. But and the rest of you, I might join. But you guys know me. I take forever to get my eyeballs out, go to the bio break, get everything tore down. But yeah, anyway, I digress. Friends, thanks so much for joining. You make the live streams worth it, right? I'm just here to just be the face. But you guys actually make the live streams, and so I appreciate every last one of you for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the smashing the thumbs up button. Thanks for your subscriptions and your support of the channel. Until next time, SimFans, hopefully Saturday. Stay safe. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend, friends. And until next time, blue skies. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.